Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mahjong Talk. I'm your host Peter Vong. If you're new to the channel, considering a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be updated on my latest videos. So let's just get started in here. Big update, I actually did a collab with somebody that I met through doing YouTube. So her name is Halomoon, and we did a collab on basically sorting Inuyasha characters into Harry Potter sorting houses. So I'll leave a description down below. Check out her channel as well. So if you like kindness and awesome colors in anime, check out her channel because she's just an awesome person in general. So I know that she will give you the positive vibes that you need. So today, what I want to talk about is mainly, have we ever gotten over the struggles that we've dealt with in our past? And some of us have already overcame certain struggles. But at the same time, have we actually been able to get over it not get over it, but heal from it? Like actually heal from it and just laugh about it. Now, some people say they have. Some people say they haven't. Some people still have resentment to certain struggles. And I've also been reading a book called The Unfair Advantage by Ash Ali and let me see here, Hasan Kubba. And what they talk about in the book is basically finding your own success through your own advantages. Now, in our world, we have to deal with, people that are rich, and certain people that are rich, they basically get ahead in life without actually having to do that much hard work. And that's an unfair advantage. Now, some people can look at it in a negative way. Some people can look at it in a very fortunate, positive way. Now, what do I mean by that? Is that, we all feel for the person that has to work harder to get to a certain position. Oprah Winfrey, for example, they bring her up in the book. She had to struggle with so much childhood traumas, but now she's basically one of the wealthiest people in the world. So, it shows that it doesn't matter what you have been dealt with, but at the same time, what you're dealt with is what you can use to actually enhance yourself. And life is basically like that, Life is uncertain. Many people, we like to cling on to the idea that basically hard work will get us to the place we want to. But at the same time, there are people that work so hard, and yet you see that they haven't gone anywhere with whatever it is that they're trying to achieve. And that's not on fault on their part. It's just that there are certain advantages that some people have and some advantages that people don't have. Like, connections. This is why, when you apply for jobs, the most important thing is connections. Like, who are you, do you have a friend group that's in there that can back you up in the interview? Can give you a sense of how the interviewing process is like, what they want to hear from you as a potential employee, all this type of stuff. And that type of stuff, it does get under my skin sometimes because it is an unfair advantage. But at the same time, I had to reflect and basically think, what unfair advantages do I have? And I'm still looking for that. I'm still looking for those type of advantages that I have. And, it's really hard to actually know what your advantages are, especially when you've been dealt with a bad hand. You've grown up in poverty and you don't know anything else other than what you've been living with. You had to work, you had to save, you had to make sure that you pay the bills. It's very complicated to actually think outside the box when you're in that situation. Now, when I say struggles, I don't mean struggles like, oh, I've been born with this certain condition that I can't, there's no cure for. I'm talking about this, I guess the feeling of dealing with those struggles also is included in this. What I'm talking about is that, the struggles that we had dealt with, with a bad teacher or something that told you that you were either stupid or you weren't get ahead in life. Have you truly gotten over the pain of actually having that impact on you? And many people interpret the way to deal with it in different ways. And for me, I try not to interpret it in a way that I have to basically laugh at the other person like maniacally, because a lot of people like to get into this concept of proving the other person wrong. And for me, I don't really go about doing that, and I'm sure many of you probably don't. But there are times when, you just happen to do your best, and suddenly it just happens to lean in your favor at times. But at times you work hard and then you realize that you're kind of not going anywhere. And the truth of the matter is that life is unfair. And since life is unfair, people assume that, people with advantages are obviously gaming the system. But at the same time, I'm not finished with this book, by the way, but after reading, I think the first chapter of this, the first 3 chapters of this book, I realized that an unfair advantage just happens to be something that happens beyond your control, such as, you can't control who your parents are, you can't control who your teachers are, at least as far as I know. As far as I know. And, what I'm trying to get at is that, have we gotten over those harsh times that those people that we did not like put us through? And I think when people actually succeed in life and they actually get a good grasp of their life, they still repeat those same narratives that those negative people have put upon themselves. And I also have that as well. I remember the same things that my old classmates would say about me, and it still festers in my head from time to time. And when I'm in my dark moods, it sometimes comes back 100-fold. Ooh, I can declare reach. Which one? This one. Let's go for this. Turn on the wind right here. So hopefully I can get my tile. And what tiles do I need? I need 4 and 7. Oh, that's practically the same. Oh, this is not good. 3 people in reach. This is not good. Oh. Well, I'm in 4th place, so I have to basically try to catch up. But with this hand, it's going to be a lot different. It's going to be pretty difficult. So yeah, the thing of it is that, I was starting to think about this when I was watching Avatar with a couple of my friends on Friday, and there was one character called Paku. He's supposed to be a waterbending master who's supposed to teach the main character how to waterbend. And if you haven't seen Avatar, definitely check it out. It's a show I never get tired of. And, this is getting into spoiler territory, but Paku, he basically is a character that seems like he's a real piece of work, I will say. He doesn't want to teach the female main character, Katara, who is also a waterbender, because she's a girl. And I guess you can probably guess what type of character he is. So deep in tradition, and always try to be that hard teacher character. That hard teacher character that always makes criticisms on you, but never compliments you, unless you feel like you deserve it. And I began to think about, why do some teachers do that? Why do some teachers try to make it seem like they're supposed to represent that harsh reality that people think that they need in order to get further in life? So there are many types of teachers, but the ones that we remember are the ones that are very kind to us and inspire us, and the ones that are very harsh with us and basically give us a criticism to the point where we feel like we have to prove ourselves to them. And sometimes we do surpass their expectations and actually get to the point where they want us to be. But at the same time, they don't really acknowledge your achievements, and they don't really tell you their achievement. They don't congratulate you on your achievements to you. They probably would talk about you to, like, say, the people in their field that they know, but they won't actually congratulate you wholeheartedly. And I always wonder why certain teachers do that. Like, why certain individuals feel like they have to teach without acknowledging the talent that their students have. And I think the reason why is that they feel like they have to embody this world that they had faced and project it onto the students that they're teaching. Because we've all watched those movies where, let's say, we see a protagonist and he's sort of like a softie, and then basically he encounters this teacher that basically pushes him over the edge, and he basically says that no one's going to care about how you feel, no one's going to care about how stressed out you are, how tired you are, and all that stuff. And I get why certain teachers do that, but at the same time, I feel like, why do they take it upon themselves to act like that they're that authority figure that will push down an individual? And I think they do that because it's their kind of way of, it's not demented, but sort of like their own twisted way of caring about the student. At the same time, I feel like there's too much of that already. And sometimes I think about, have they actually healed from the struggles they had to deal with to get to where they are? Such as, have they tended to those wounds of, like, those individuals the teachers that treated them the same way as they treated their students? Such as, oh, you will never get ahead in life. No one's going to care about how you feel. No one's going to interpret the feelings that you feel. And no one's going to care. And, it's that typical, like, I'm not your mommy, I'm not your daddy, I'm not gonna, make things comfortable for you so you have a easier time. And I understand why people do that, because life is uncertain and nobody knows. And some people think that doing that will help an individual kind of, I guess, manifest this inner strength that the teacher thinks that they need in order to get further ahead in life. At the same time, I feel as if for a person like me, it's not really necessary, and probably for some of you guys, it's not really necessary, because you guys know that the world is uncertain and unfair. At the same time, I also want to say that life, even though it's unfair, it doesn't mean it's cruel. And I think that's the reason why some teachers act that way, is that they interpret as life is being unfair to life is being cruel. And I'm here to tell you guys that it's not like that. Life being unfair is also an advantage to all of us in a way, because when life is unfair, it means that you have all different possibilities that you never thought you were capable of. So I think what I'm trying to say is that when you think about your struggles, think about what you're projecting through your struggles. In other words, if you're teaching somebody something, think about the times that you're kind of being critical of them. Like, why are you being critical? Are you being critical of the fact that they're not achieving what potential they think that you think that they're achieving? Or are you being critical of them because you see yourself in them, and you're kind of projecting what your former instructor has done to you onto them? And that's what my point is that, are we actually projecting our own pain onto others whenever we try to give advice, whenever we try to tell them what they did wrong, or if they did the same mistakes that we did? And that's a really hard question to ask ourselves, especially in this world where we basically are meant to, like, think on our feet all the time. Of course, that's what this channel is about. It's just basically, like, you can think on your feet, but have a little bit of time to do some clarity. Especially when it concerns yourself and your connection with others. I try to do that at least every day. I'm like one time. Oh, this person's on a roll. So yeah, I like leave a comment down below if you guys ever had to dealt with like those tough type of teachers that basically make you feel like you weren't able to achieve anything. Because I know people have dealt with those type of teachers. I mean, I think I have, but I've never really taken what they said to heart. Or I just don't remember it. Usually when it comes to negative stuff, I just basically just like filter it out because I know that I have to project my best self to others, as well as I have to be able to project a positive vibe for others, because it's not my job to judge the world. It's not my, I mean, it's not my job to basically prejudge the world for you guys. But I feel as if it's my, I guess it's sort of like a need for me to basically tell you my input of what I think the world is. And the world is like quantum mechanics. It's just an uncertain fluctuation. You get certain individuals that you don't like, and you get certain individuals that you do connect with. And finding the individuals that you connect with is truly a blessing. Because sometimes some people don't even have friends in this world, which is really bewildering to me. And then when I hear about the people that don't have friends, I think about what would I be like if I didn't have anybody, like, you know, my parents, like, you know, my family members, you guys to support me on the channel, along with the other friends that I happen to meet through this channel. I can't really imagine, but at the same time, would I be completely lonely? And before, when I was in high school, I would think, yeah, I would be lonely. But now I think I would be okay. I'll probably meet those people eventually, because for me, I kind of trust the universe. Now, like, I guess I trust the universe in a spiritual sense, not like in a religious sense. Like, because some people believe in God and some people don't. I'm like in the middle. I mostly believe in the universe, and I also believe in people. And of course, like, some people were like, oh, you shouldn't trust others. And that's a fine interpretation. But at the same time, for the people that are very mistrustful and very competitive in this world, I end up asking myself about them. Why is it that they feel that way? Like, what are they projecting to the world? And what they project is what they get. And what I project for you guys is just a positive world. I know it's not positive all the time, but it's also an unfair world. So I try to project basically hope. Like, hope for you guys, because hope is inner strength. No. Because, you know, there are too many people that basically try to say how unfair the world is. And when they say the world is unfair, they practically try to interpret it as in the world is cruel and no one's going to care about you. But the truth of the matter is that since life is unfair, there's also really not a really certain result of how cruel people will be to you, and there will not be a certain amount of people that will be kind and generous to you. And life is all about finding those people, as well as life is about finding what matters to you and how you can best discover what makes you matter to yourself. Okay, so I'm in last place yet again. But this is good content because, you know, I want to make sure that I give you guys the things that you need to help yourselves carry yourselves in life without being very critical and harsh on you guys. The only thing I'm going to say is the harsh thing is that life is unfair. But the hopeful thing is that it doesn't mean that it's cruel. Okay. Oh, there's a special event. It's a little cute. It's basically like whenever you win, you basically can defeat these boss characters. It's really cute. I don't know how long this event is going to go, but I did lose and yeah, I got a lot of damage. But luckily I have a couple lives here, so if you guys want to check out Mahjong Soul, definitely check this event out before it goes away. Okay. It's called The Incredible Ichihime. So if you guys have time to play Mahjong Soul, check this event out. I think you're supposed to get items. Yeah, you're supposed to get like coins and special items along the way. It's like playing a video game. I mean, well, this is a video game, but it's like you're playing like those old games on the from the Game Boy Advance or something. Okay, I'm gonna return to my actual screen here. Okay, cool. So I hope you guys like what you saw. If you like what you saw, consider hitting a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be updated on my latest videos. And remember, everyone is precious. You're as precious as everyone else. Positive vibes to you all. And I will see you guys in the next video.